then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. And I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Oh, you raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can. It must have been cold there in my shadow. Never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. That's your way. You always walk a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I prayed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, when dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hopes apart, and they turn your dream to shame. Still I dream he'd come to me, and we would live years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seemed. Now life is killed the dream I dreamed.
Nursing is a calling, a lifestyle, a way of living. Today we honour Peggy Rosa Hartley and her life as a nurse. Peggy is not remembered by her years as a nurse, but by the difference she made during those years by stepping into people's lives, by special moments. And I'm opening the service with the Nightingale tribute, which reads, "When a calming, quiet presence was all that was needed, she was there. In the excitement and miracle of birth, or in the mystery and loss of life, she was there. When a silent glance could uplift a patient, family member, or friend, she was there. At those times when the unexplainable needed to be explained, she was there. When the situation demanded a swift foot and sharp mind, she was there. When a gentle touch, a firm push, or an encouraging word was needed, she was there. In choosing the best one from a family's thank you box of chocolates, she was there. To witness humanity, its beauty in good times and bad, without judgment, she was there. To embrace the woes of the world willingly and offer hope, she was there. And now, as the time has come to say goodbye, she is here. Ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate the life of Peggy Rosa Hartley, a down-to-earth, no-fuss, practical woman who would not want tears this afternoon, but rather to know that you were all here to share the amazing story of her life's journey and all that she accomplished. On behalf of her loving children, Reed and Lenore, Vaughan and Natalie, Jason and Kerry, Juliet and Lee and their families, and her siblings, Robert deceased, Brian, Peter deceased, and Suzanne and their families, I welcome you and thank you for being here for them this afternoon. I also welcome all those watching online today, having been unable to join us, especially family and friends on the mainland. We have come together to celebrate Peggy's life, to reverently farewell her, to recognise the value of her life, and to acknowledge that her life is now complete. Today, we all face the reality of Peggy's passing. At the conclusion of the celebration and the interment at the Wynyard Lawn Cemetery, you are warmly invited to join the family at 13 Free Freestone Crescent, Juliet's home, to share your memories of Peggy and to support one another. Right now, we are all feeling many emotions: sadness, grief, maybe relief and gratitude that the pain and suffering is over. Whatever the emotion, there remains a sense of profound loss. No philosophy or religion can prevent these wholly natural reactions of the human heart. However, we know that Peggy would not want us to be sad and would want us to remember that grief is a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness nor a lack of faith. It is the price of love. Peggy was a strong, determined, some may even say stubborn woman who would not tolerate social injustice and was the proud matriarch of her 4 children, 12 grandchildren and 12 great-grandchildren. Embodying the 5 C's of nursing: compassion, competence, confidence, conscience, and commitment. Peggy gave nearly 50 years of her life to her profession and earned the respect of all who served with her. Born on the 4th of November 1937 in Carlton, Victoria, Peggy Rosa Hartley was the first of 5 children born to Ina and John Henry, or Jack as he was known, Jack Ling. Her early years were spent in Victoria before she moved with her parents to Alcombe, a small village southeast of Smithton. Peggy's caring, nurturing nature was quickly to the fore, and she ably assisted her mother looking after her siblings and undertaking household chores. At the age of 13, Peggy returned to Victoria to care for an ailing aunt, and by the age of 16 and a half, she returned to Tasmania to begin a career in nursing. She was an amazing nurse. Her colleagues admired her, the doctors respected her, and her patients loved her. One young man in particular, Roderick Revel Hartley, Revel as he was known, arrived at the Spencer Hospital in Wynyard with a damaged knee from a motorbike accident. Quite taken by the pretty young nurse, Revel asked her to the movies, professing he had already bought the tickets, so she had to come. Peggy agreed, only to find no such tickets existed, and he had actually told her a porky. She soon forgave him, love blossomed, and in 1958 they were married. Revel was a truck driver when they first married and later a union leader for the Transport Workers Union. Peggy continued to nurse. 4 children were born and raised in River Road, and beautiful memories were made for all of them. Holidays at the shack at Tema and also another shack at Sisters Beach were opportunities for the family to all be together and to have great times. Encouraged to join the Wynyard Municipal Band, the children learnt teamwork, respect, and wholesome values they could then engender into their own children. Sadly, in 1988, Revel was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and Peggy nursed him till the end. Although losing the love of her life, she remained stoically strong and got on with whatever needed to be done. A little later, Nana Louie, Revel's mother, came to live with her, and ultimately she nursed her at home until she went to a retirement home. Passionate about her grandchildren and great-grandchildren, Peggy would spend hours thoughtfully searching for the perfect gift for each and ensuring they arrived in time for the upcoming celebration. Always at hand to assist with the care and upbringing of the children, her strong matriarchal awareness was appreciated by all members of the family. An avid reader, especially British murder mysteries, Peggy had a sharp mind and remained highly astute until the end. She was strong-willed. She had strong opinions, strong political views, strong loyalties, strong values, and a strong sense of social justice. Never letting anything be said about minority groups, her sense of fairness permeated everything that she did. Peggy loved her garden and took great delight in listening to classical and jazz music when she wasn't working or assisting others who called upon her sound advice and clear knowledge of all things medical. As illness took hold, Peggy was determined to get by without pain relief and without the need for medical intervention. Sadly, this wasn't to be, and as the pain reached unbearable heights, Peggy was admitted to hospital, where she passed peacefully in the early hours of Monday, May the 29th, leaving this world to join her beloved Revel. A dedicated mother, nurse and friend, Peggy will be sadly missed by many. Sleep peacefully now, Peggy. Your work here is done. It takes great courage to put your thoughts about a loved one to paper when passing happens. But today, both Juliet and Jack have done that, and I invite them to come forward to share their tributes.
I had this, the other had earlier, but you'll have to go.
Okay. Okay. So I need to start off, guys, by a few thank yous. I need to thank my workplace, Community Care Tasmania, and my colleagues for letting me have the last few months with Mum and actually letting me do what I need to do. I'd like to thank Auntie Suzanne and Jenny for their support for looking after Mum while I went to work, because without it I wouldn't have been able to. To my sons and their families, and my grandsons, who cherish little Nan, thank you. And of course Lee, thank you. I talk about the privileges for all that was part of the family, the times that we went to Tema on the west coast, and Sisters Beach, many a happy time, many a party that we've had. I think everybody associated with Mum and Dad had fond memories of these journeys. The journeys in the old Green Land Cruiser, and then the F truck. Remembering things like my eldest brother Reed and the rest of us that used to have to follow on at stupid o'clock in the morning to go and get flounder. And if you didn't go, you didn't have a choice. I remember it was amazing to sit down to a full plate of fresh flounder, like it seriously was really fresh. We always had a laugh and we always got plenty of fish. I had a keen interest as a child in scuba diving, and I probably didn't have a choice because my three brothers used to take me. I remember the wonderful walks that we used to have to on the beaches at Tema, and little did I know that at that time how enjoyable they were and that they would end. Looking back at the photos of Mum that we got out, the girls got out the last couple of days, of things that we had when we were teenagers, from a fancy dress party that Dad was dressed up as a reverend and he played the part so well. I also remember the times that, for those that remember us, the horse of Sam, a huge black horse that I had, the challenges that came with him. I think everybody, all my brothers had a crack at riding him, including Dad, and I fondly remember a time that a certain brother ended up getting on the horse because he thought everybody else could do it and he'd be great at it, and the horse took him straight under a tree and he fell off. Not so clever. I also want to talk about the last 5 years and the challenges that we've had, especially the last 6 months. I'd often laugh about the issue that I asked her to wear hearing aids because I was the person that used to go to listen to what the doctor said because she couldn't hear. And she made a comment the last time I asked her that she wasn't going to wear her hearing aids because she was waiting for the boys to come home because she had to listen to what they said. Go figure. Very funny. What else? I also laugh about the fact that when Mum was really incredibly unwell, she used to bang on the wall to get my attention if I was asleep, should I have a couple of hours sleep, which was lucky. And I remember one day she woke me up to get a lollies because she had an awful taste in her mouth. Luckily for me, in the last few days, it was quite painful. I was able to sit with her and help her with the pain and, say things to my mum that I hadn't been able to say before. Okay, to follow it up, I have a message from Alana, which is Mum's eldest granddaughter, who resides in Port Hedland, and unfortunately she was unable to make it to the funeral. She tells a story. I have a story from when I was around 10 years old. Mum and Dad, which is Reed and Lenore, had gone out for tea and I was being babysat by Nana. Unfortunately, of course, she got a fever and started to vomit. So she remembers her staying up all night in her bathroom floor while I was sick repeatedly in her bathroom. All those years later, I still am grateful for your kindness. Thanks, Nana. Enjoy your rest in heaven. Love, Alana, Chris, Liam, Oisin, Olin, Fionn and Sarah. Okay, I'd like to say thank you for everybody that's come, and I hope you're pain-free and at peace with Dad. Love from me. Thank you. Ready? See how tough you are.
No, not that. After Dad died, I moved to New South Wales, met my wife. Mum came up to live with us for a while because she had no one down here, but she needed to move out. She had the opportunity then to go to art galleries, and the opera and all those things that she didn't have, that you can't get here. It was a great time. We have all the other things, the other memories from Sister's Beach and Tema and all the things that we did when we were young. We all can look back on those, and this was just another part of her life that we could all celebrate. This is an opportunity. Not long after Dad died, she decided that she would like to go overseas, and Suzanne went with her, and they had a really enjoyable time. I remember her coming back and telling me in particular, that she'd seen this and done this thing, and they'd been to all these places that she'd only ever read about in books and seen in movies, and how thoroughly happy she was that she'd done that. And that's a good thing. You're getting to do the things that you want to do, having friends, having family, the enjoyable things. And that's what we really should be celebrating here. I know I'm not much good at it, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet and Jack. The depth of the sadness definitely reflects the depth of your love. We now have the privilege of viewing photos collected from the family albums that depict aspects of Peggy's life. The family have chosen Amazing Grace by Julie Anthony and Lonely Bull by Herb Elliott to accompany these.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
deep love she had for her family definitely shone through there. Beautiful memories you all have. This afternoon, we have had a special glimpse into the life of a wonderful woman, kind, caring, and selfless, dedicated, determined, and fiercely loyal. As we celebrate her life, we can take satisfaction that Peggy has been and still is and always will be a part of our life. Her influence endures in the unending consequences flowing from her character and her actions. Peggy will now take her final journey to the Wynyard Lawn Cemetery, where she will be laid to rest with her beloved husband, Revel. You are warmly invited to join the family there. Would you all please stand?